All right, welcome back, everybody, to part two of our interview with Ted Carlson from Grand Rapids. Ted, I understand in your driving days you were quite a hot shoe. Uh, you won some point championships, some feature wins. Tell us a little bit about.
Yeah, well, we were pretty good, lucky, and I won three. Me and my friend Bob Knight, we were partners. We won three championships in Bemidji, which is a record. We do hold the record right even to this day. We won in Bemidji, Minnesota, 25 consecutive feature wins.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yes, it really was, and people would sit in the grandstand. My wife was telling me, and they would bet on what lap we would take over the feature and take the win over, which was kind of neat.
So you had it going on back then.
Yeah. And then the other one is that I think was a great accomplishment. I've never been able to win Hibbing, but we did one time. I got second place in Hibbing.
In the point standings?
In the point standings.
Okay.
And that was out of 80-some drivers that was in that class that year.
There were 87 registered drivers in six cylinders.
Six-cylinder classes.
Not all of them are going to race one night.
No.
But to have that many total people in one class that's something. That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know.
And that was a real improvement. I thought, gods, I mean, if I got third and fourth years ago in the points, I thought I was good. So that second was a big deal to me.
So you could wheel a race car pretty good back in your day.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. That was from the drag racing. When you're a kid and you get to go drag racing, you get to learn how to run a car.
Yeah. So as far as invitationals go, you can't remember any invitational wins?
I've never won an invitational. Most of the stuff at them days was...
They didn't have as many, though.
They just ran to the end of the season, and that was the end of your season. And
Okay. Other than driving, have you been involved in racing in any other forms?
Oh, yes. I was on the first board of the Hibbing Association when Hibbing took over. Bobby Girardi was our president at that time, and Corey Slusher was on the board, myself, and we got the track going for that first year, and I was there a couple of years on there.
So you were one of the founding members of the Iron Range Racing Association.
And then after that, me and my wife went back and I was vice president of it for about 3-4 years, and my wife was the secretary
for the Hibbing Association.
Hibbing Association. Okay.
So you lived in Rapids at the time, but you would travel to Hibbing for the meetings and work on whatever.
Yeah, because we were together as drivers, and that was part of. I was a driver.
That's some dedication.
Yeah. And then I was the first president of the Grand Rapids Race Association when we used to appear. And the first 2 years of building the track and getting all the graders and trucks and all the stuff that we needed, we were very instrumental in doing that. And that kind of proud of, because I think Grand Rapids has done a great job of putting on a good race program.
Okay. So you also did some flagman work?
Yes, Harry Minzer kind of talked me something happened to his flagman, so he asked if I would flag. So I flagged, and then my partner, me and Bob, we got together back to one year we didn't race, and that's when I started flagging. And we got back together, and I was able to flag 2 nights, and then I had to drive a race car 2 nights, so we worked back and forth. So I did.
So you and Bob Knight would switch duties between flagging and driving?
Yeah. Well, we had a different flagman. Bob would be at work.
Bob didn't flag.
Yeah, that's the reason why he couldn't drive the car.
But you put in quite a bit of time behind the flags, too.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And twice I almost got ran over.
Well, didn't you guys stand on tires like in the infield?
We stand on the side of the tires, and we worked the front of the racetrack on the track.
Yeah.
And one time in Grand Rapids, thank God there was that big tires that we were on, because it hit that and almost tore the judge's booth down, because the judge's booth was also in the middle of the race in the track.
So you guys were taking a chance. You were gambling.
Yeah, we were a little crazy.
How has racing changed throughout the years from back then to now?
The one thing that I noticed about racing from back then to now, it's a lot of cost of money to race. Then days it wasn't. You didn't have to put as much money in. And the friendship back there was more years ago. the one thing, even to this day, I still have a majority and a lot of friends from Hibbing and Grand Rapids that raced back in that era. Now it seems like there's more groups of different people, and sometimes they don't get along with each other, and they don't because of an argument or a hit. And I can understand they have a lot of money in their cars and they get all worked up more about it.
And that probably is what's taken some of that friendship fun out of it.
Away.
Yeah.
I think that's the most terrible part of the loss of racing, is the friendship that's involved.
But back in the day, if something happened on the track, you guys would get together and give the guy the part he needed, and you'd be friends again.
Even today, you're taking an interview of me, and you are involved in my friends over in Hibbing, the Vessels, and the people that I knew from there that brought you, and how I met you was through friendship of racing people.
So it's helped bring people together.
That's right.
Yeah. So you're still heavily involved in racing to this day.
Oh yes, right now my wife is the secretary of the Grand Rapids Raceway. My son is president. My grandson is on the board. I got a brother-in-law that's on the board, and I have an aunt that's on with me on the financial committee of the Grand Rapids Speedway.
So you guys are doing your darndest to keep the program running over there.
Yes.
And not only that, though, but your son Tim still races, who's been racing for many, many years, and you have two grandsons that race.
I got two grandsons racing right
and you've got a shop here full of race cars and full of race car parts.
Yeah.
You acquire a lot of things over the years.
And I think a lot of people would just walk into our room here and see the pictures on the wall and the stuff and the writings and the books that we have, bring back so much memory from years ago from the people.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I think it's important not to let these memories go. You know, and there's a lot of people that once they quit racing, they were forgotten about.
No.
And you
can't do that.
No.
Because the memories are there, and the friendship is unreal.
Yeah. What you've collected here is quite amazing of all your different stuff. When you raced, were there anybody that helped you throughout your career?
When I first started, up in Ely, I had a friend up there that the first year worked with in the pits and stuff, and then he got involved in other things. And then my father and my father-in-law helped me. They did most of the stuff, getting the cars ready when I was living in Ely. And then we moved into Grand Rapids here. Then I ended up with some of the kids that worked for me at the service station that helped me in the pit. And I still remember all the kids and the guys.
And Bob Knight, obviously, was a good friend of yours.
Then me and Bob got together after I moved to Grand Rapids.
Yeah, Bob passed away not too long ago.
Bob passed away, which is probably one of the hardest things that I have to go through.
I bet. It's tough. I lost a good friend this winter myself. It's a tough thing. When you raced, you owned all your own cars?
Yes, we did.
You didn't drive for a car owner then?
No, I never have. I just built. And a lot of the racing, fun of the racing, was actually during the week with your friends working on the car.
Oh, definitely.
You know,
yep.
And
well, when you're a kid building a fort, that's the fun part, building the fort. When the fort's done, you sit inside of it for 2 minutes, look at each other, and that's the last time you see the fort again.
Yeah.
So a race car is kind of like building a fort.
Oh, it is. I mean, and I know, probably get tired of saying it, but it's the friendship and the people that's in racing.
People that you meet along the way.
Yeah.
Okay, well, before we go, is there anything you have to say to anybody that might be watching this video?
I think the most important thing about all the people that's watching this video and involved in racing, don't ever give it up. Stay there and back people and enjoy it and make it a happy part of your life.
Okay. All right. Well, I really appreciate, Ted, you taking the time out to do this interview with us, and it's nice seeing you again.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you coming all this way.
Well, thank you. And I'll see you at the track.
We'll be there.
Okay, bye.